Probably the best thing about Pine Cove is that even though you go there and you have fun for that week, that kind of stuff is temporary, you know. But Pine Cove, you know going into the week that you're going to leave changed. And that sort of expectant atmosphere where everyone knows that they're here to grow really is probably the best thing about Pine Cove.
The thing I learned the most was to give my heart fully to God and not to any guy or to any of my friends or anything that I've been so in love with throughout my life, but just to focus on God and God alone. And by loving Him and letting Him love me, that's the only way that I can learn to love other people. And I think that's how my life will change this year.
Me and my Kevin, this year we've really decided that we're going to stay connected with each other, and we're going to keep each other accountable and be sure that this year, throughout the next year, we're going to really just live our lives for the Lord and not fall to any of the old sins and temptations that we've fallen into before.
It's a place to grow so you can go out and build something else. You know, whenever somebody gives us something that, like this camp is giving me, now it's my job to go out somewhere else and have my own ministry to bless other people.
It's helped me become just like a radical Christian, like, you know, just living for the Lord completely, you know, every single day. And like my friends are like, you know, you love this camp so much. Like I go home and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Pine Cove's amazing. And they're like, you know, what is it about this camp? And I'm just like, I can't express it in words. You have to come, you have to come. And
I think there were a lot of things that I was trying to hide from myself and that I hadn't really been honest with myself about my relationship with God. Thanks to the counseling here, I've been able to identify the weak points in my life. And for all the time that I've spent trying to like suppress those or maybe like act like they weren't such a big deal, I understand the significance of my sin and I understand how that separates me from God, and I understand grace. And I think coming to camp this year it's broken down some of the walls of defense that I'd built around myself, and it's just helped me to understand grace more.
I actually accepted Christ this year on July 4th, and I'm really excited about that. I felt His Spirit come into me and I started crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Christ is in my life now, and I understand so much more. Like when I read the Bible, it's not just a bunch of words, it's meaningful. And I want to be a part of His Great Commission, and I want to do everything in my power to be able to represent God and not represent just me and idolize myself, but to idolize God.